Hey everybody, it's Tim hitting the beast with the marching arts. Thanks for watching. We are live on Marching Arts Now. I'm here with Paul Simondak. Paul, how are you, buddy?
Good, I'm doing good. Back on the floor this weekend at the WGI Tampa Regional. How are you doing, Tim?
I'm doing great. So we have such a fun show. We are really international, Winter Guard International today, because we're going to be talking about Canadian color guard. And I will bring her in to say a quick hello. Hello. Here's Cynthia Bernard. How are you, Cynthia?
Hi, I'm good.
Thank you for being here. We're going to be talking to her in just a little bit. And also we have Beth Tapin here. Beth, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. Beth is marching in Missouri, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
So
National
we're going to be
Avenue.
hearing about her experiences there and the regionals happening, everything there. So Cynthia and Beth, we'll be back to you in just a minute. And everybody, also, we have a fantastic interview with Carlos Alicia because the first Winter Guard from Puerto Rico is going to be in Dayton this year. Carlos made that happen. So Paul, we're going to be talking about that as well. But first of all, I have to ask you, you were back on the floor this week with Pegasus, right?
Yes, so this is my second weekend back with him. I did the Freedom Show here in Orlando last weekend. So that was my premiere. And then I was able to do the WGI Tampa Regional this past Saturday. So 2 performances in a row. Pretty exhausting, but a lot of fun,
All right. So of course, you were injured and had this appendix thing that happened. So are you feeling good about how your body's responding now that you're back in the middle of it?
Yeah, I feel a lot better. I remember when I first did the first shot Freedom as my premiere, it was a little bit rough. Like my stomach felt really warm, but now that like all my tricks are back in, I do a cartwheel, I do a leg flare, I do all my tricks and all the dancing in the show. So I'm back to it.
Okay, so I believe we have a clip from Pegasus World from, I guess, this weekend. And so do you want to set this up at all? Have you seen this clip? Do you know? Because I want you to tell people where you are.
Oh, so you won't see me. There's the clump, and then there's 4 rifles that go in a ripple. I'm the last one in that ripple near the end. So right before they throw our member up.
All right, so let's see Paul in action. Everybody, thanks for watching Marching Arts Now. We are live, and if you are here, comment in the sections. Tell us how big a Paul fan you are and also where you're watching. So let's watch a little Pegasus World.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Jeremy Bernstein, tape number 27, side A.
Okay, holy cow.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Am I right that you did a 2-turn under that first toss?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, just nothing, everybody. Just toss
No,
it.
that's
Things like,
that's
isn't there not a lot of pressure for your first thing you do in a show to be a 2-turn
7,
like at the end of a ripple?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys. Cool as a cucumber this guy is. Paul, tell us a little bit about the show really quickly about Pegasus World Show.
It's called Kubrick, so it's based on Stanley Kubrick, the director who shot The Shining. He did Space Odyssey, all those different movies, and it's not talking about the movie specifically, but more about his thought process. So our floor is supposed to be a chessboard, and we have a table in the corner, and he uses chess as his process to get ideas and really think about how he wants each scene to turn out in his movies. So that's what our show's about.
I love it. And if you're watching, say hi, everybody. Jessica Slaba, I just was talking to her last night on a webinar. She was fantastic, everybody. Jessica, thanks for watching from Utah. And everybody needs to check that out. I talked to her in Chelsea Arenas from Union. And of course, Jessica is at American Fork. They were talking about recruiting and retention for color guard. Fantastic information. That webinar video is up now. So Jessica, thanks for watching. Paul, man, I cannot wait to see that show live. It looks so exciting. And now, everybody, don't you know, we're going to go north to Canada. Can I say that, Cynthia? I hope that doesn't. How are you? Tell everybody where you are in the world, Cynthia.
I'm right now in Montreal, Canada. So our local circuit is in Quebec. So I don't know the entire Canadian color guards, but here, with Laser Clips, I'm with Laser Clips.
Okay, so what do you do with Lazy Clips?
I am right now the director of Laser Clips, and I like to say, I don't want to say the main designer. I'm a part of the design team because all my staff is on the same level for me. But yeah, I design for the A class, the elite class. And this year we have a cadet and an A class. Yeah.
Fantastic. So everybody knows this guard. How's the season going? Tell us a little bit about what your show is like and how your season's going.
Well, how to resume one season when it's really three half seasons or whatever, how weird it was. I guess this season started really like everything else with the pandemic, but we really wanted to create a group that joined all the members that were left because we lost a lot of members when in 2019, 2020, we had 5 groups, 3 of which went to South Brunswick Regional. And now we are left with a cadet and an A class, which is fine. We love our members, even the ones that are not back on the field because, things happen. But we have members from our regional A class, our A class, and our open class. So that's how kind of the season started, to make the right decision to see in which class they were going to be, where they were going to compete, what type of show we were going to write. The staff team has been the same for a couple of years now, and we're all kind of been in open class as staff. So making the decision to go in A class for the members really put more pressure on the staff than the members and even the design team, because writing an A class show is hard. It's to me harder than an open class. It's hard. But with the level of training that is so different from a member to another, I'm glad we made that decision. And I'm fine putting pressure on the staff if it takes some off the members' shoulders. So that's how we started, and we wanted to have work and music that the members kind of knew. We even thought about doing the 2019-2020 program again. We've revisited that idea. It's not what we're doing, but to have music that they knew or some work that they knew, to have them feel comfortable as soon as possible within the program and the show in the year. And then we had another lockdown, which pulled us almost 4 weeks behind. So right now we're just in a groove of things where we want the show to be as stable and as comfortable as possible. We're not doing regionals anymore. We're just going to be WGI champions at the championship. So that's where we're at right now. We're kind of in the crunch time of they just want to perform. We want them to perform. And that's going to happen in 2 weeks for the first time here in Quebec. So that's where we're at.
Okay, awesome. That's very exciting. So this is going to be a weird question, but are there differences in the culture of color guard in Canada, or is it very similar? I'm interested to see I think I know what you're going to say, but I want to hear what your answer anyway.
I'm curious to know what you think I'm going to say, but it's hard for me to know because I've never really been with a winter guard, American winter guard, or anywhere else than here. I've been with drum corps, but I'd say the main difference that I think we have is our season is not the same time frame. We don't have marching band, so we kind of start earlier. So that's one thing. Our bassin, our members, we don't have marching band. We don't have color guards a lot. So our members we really are, how can I say this? We really, really are relying on her feeder groups. So we need to have feeder groups. So that's what is so weird right now is I've always been working more in a 5-year process of thinking in 5 years, my cadet is going to be an A class. And now there's so many members that are gone doing other things that I think that's a main difference. Now, culturally, I cannot really know. Every color guard says they are a family, and we are, and any other color guard is a family, or else why would we stick around? I hope it's kind of the same culture and it's on its own. It's more outside of the gym factors that may change little things here and there, logistics, probably. I think we have a little different style of how we move and how we write choreography sometimes. But I think that's kind of true for any area, anywhere. So I don't know if that's the answer you thought I was going to say.
Yeah, I guess I have one more question. So you said you're thinking about that 5-year process. Do a lot of your members, do they start color guard really young since there's no like marching band? Like, do they start in like middle school, I guess?
So the members that I have now in A class, I have a good group that have been with us for, I'm trying to think. I think the one that has been with us for the least amount of time is 3 or 4 years. So we do keep our members for a long time. And yes, they do start fairly young, like at maybe 5 or 6. The challenge is to keep them all the way up to open class. And they come often more of the drum corps or color guard culture that was there in the 80s, 90s. So they're kids of people that march a lot of the times. We do try to recruit outside of this because there's to a point where, I mean, we only have 1 or 2 kids usually, but yeah, so they do start young, and the challenge is to try to keep them as long as we can with us and to have them perform all the way to A class or open class where we can still represent at WGI Championship.
Yeah. I was just thinking that because I marched with 2 people from Leslie Clip. I marched with Lawrence Allery.
Yeah.
Jazz, I don't know if Jazz was part of, but yeah, Jazz Cusino from Crown, and both of them, they're like, yeah, I've been doing color guard for a long time. I'm like, wow, that's
yeah. I don't want to be mistaken. They're both on our staff team. They're both choreographers and tech for the A class. Laurence has been with us, I think, almost 15 years. I'm sure. I think she's doing her 20th or something, like really soon. And Jasmine also, like I think she hit her 15th year 2 years, like last year or something.
Yeah.
So yeah. But that's one thing that we're really proud at Lazy Clips. Like the director before me has been with Lazy Clips for 35 years. And I just jumped in as a director. So I'm not the one that built the culture. I'm just following her steps. But one thing that is really important for us is even though when a member thinks that they're done with their color guard career or performance career, we want to talk to them and see how we can keep them around and what they're interested in. Is it being an admin? Is it being a staff? And we try to train them in some sort of area that they want to stick around and be with us as long as they want to be with us and we want to keep them around because they are the resources. Anyone that jumped in our gym at one point or another, they're what keeps that organization rolling.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
I love it. So everybody, you're watching Marching Arts now. We are live. We are celebrating the WGI season. We're talking about color guard this week, and we're talking right now with Cynthia, who is from Lazy Clips up in Canada. So Cynthia, we have a couple of videos with some movement stuff. Let's hear about that one. Set this up and then we'll watch it.
So this year program is the golden ratio. And so we're thinking a lot about angles and maths and numbers. And I thought of that movement, which is a jazz movement, the arms, you're going to see what I'm talking about. That one dance staff started doing a couple of years ago at Lazy Clips as a warm up. And it's really just to set their mind at the right space, at the right place, because it's kind of hard, you'll see. And it's really angular. So it's something that we now have in our warm-ups and in the show and everything. So that's him. I mean, we're still friends with him, obviously. And he teaches that to, we had a virtual show that needed to replace our home show that got canceled because of the last lockdown we got. And so he's teaching this, and then you'll see the members doing it in a Zoom video.
All right, let's start with that video now.
Encore 1, 2, 3, 4. Ceux qui veulent se challenger, on peut l'inverser facilement et on peut ajouter des pliés. C'est selon le goût. Amusez-vous. Et bonne soirée, gang. Et on fait tout ça avec un face, face, face. Give me face.
Merci. Merci les enfants, vous êtes bons. Ça va bien?
So here was a rehearsal that we did via Zoom.
On est prêts?
And we were not allowed to have anyone in the gyms.
Même si t'es dans ton salon.
We tried to take some time to work
Même
on
si t'es
things
dans un
that
salon,
they
t'es
knew.
dans un gym, puis quand t'es
and
dans
be
un gym, je te dis
productive.
que t'es sur un terrain de football. Fait que t'es sur un terrain de football. C'est parti.
Okay, so that
Mhm.
shows how you were rehearsing these things on the. So I mean, I kind of want to learn this. Like, is there a place that I can go? And
Well, the video, although he's speaking French, that's exactly it. And I don't know. I don't even want to try to learn it. It's depending on which side you start. And then it's obviously something that we repeat during the show. And then I'm like, all right, so we're doing it this way. And then the members are like, but I've always doing yeah, but they're great. They're doing it. But yeah, that video I think is online from at least Eclipse on the YouTube, I think. So you can learn it with Paul and not Paul. That was Carl. Learn it with Carl.
very cool. So we have now another clip of this sort of on the floor.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch.
Here is the Missouri State University Pride.
And that's not the right one. So this will be edited later, everybody. Let's try this again.
Yeah. And one of the things that helped us this year is that this show was supposed to be the 2019-2020 show. And we started writing a show September all the way through October. And then I went to Italy and I had an epiphany. And I came back in November and scratched that show completely. And we did the show that was performed in 2019-2020. So for us to use that music and that piece of music and some of the body work that was written in 2019-2020 kind of gave the members a way to, they knew something before they jumped in the gym. And it was not something that we repeated or that was seen before. It was just something that we've done. I don't know, we kind of created a show in 2 months and decided to reuse it, but the concept is completely different. Some of the music is the same. Some of the body kind of changed, but the concept is completely different because it was an open class show in 2019-2020.
Cool.
That's
Paul, do you go ahead? I'm sorry.
Just seeing that, I want to watch that opening dance again. It's so cool seeing it layered like that. Oh my gosh.
Paul, do you see any differences? Like we're talking about color guard in Canada. I mean, I think it's kind of like color guard, but do you see anything about it that you would want to note?
No, I feel like it's, again, like dance styles are always something that you can note that are different from color guard to color guard. But I don't know. I feel like watching international groups, there's always something like special and different about it. Like it's hard to pinpoint like what kind of word that can denote that sort of feeling or emotion that they usually bring to the floor. But you can tell that when you're watching an international group, it just feels different. I don't know why, but it just does. They're able to, I feel like they're more emotional and better at really conveying the idea from the get-go. Like I remember watching, not Mayflower, there's another group like back from Europe, like a long time ago.
For me, it's part of the Netherlands that I always found kind of, and they have American people going there helping them. We do too, but they do have that style that is so different, and I think it goes like all the way to the cultures, the way they stand, to the way they communicate with one another, not the language, but just how they are as a group. It's really interesting, I think.
Yeah, really cool, really cool. I always love seeing international groups.
I agree, and I am so old, everybody, that I remember seeing. I think would it have been Lay Eclipse back in the 80s?
It could be, yeah.
Okay, well, anyway, I remember seeing my first international group back in the 80s because that's how old I am, everybody. My first WGI was in Nashville in 1982. So anyway, now you know, I was just an infant, really. It was just like in diapers that day. But anyway, it's very cool, and I agree with you. I think there's a little bit of a different sensibility to it, and a little bit of a different style, and I find that very enjoyable. You know, I think it's very cool, Cynthia. So everybody, we're talking to Cynthia Bernard from the director of Lay Eclipse. Anything you want to say before we send you off? Thank you for being here. What do you want to say?
No, I really hope we have a great season. I think this season everyone just want to, I mean, it's cheesy, but just say to have fun and to enjoy the moment because we've been waiting for this. As a director, I've been talking to other directors and we're going to have a lot of tissues because we're going to be crying seeing those performers do what what they're really good and great at and what they like the most. So just enjoy the rest of the season, lay back into it, and see you at WGI Championship.
Well, good luck to you. I hope you have a fantastic season. So excited. And you're right. I think we're all going to be emotional. Just being on the floor, getting to see performances is very exciting. So, Cynthia, good luck to you. And thank you so much for joining us today from Quebec.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to see you. All right. So next we're going to Missouri State University with Beth Tapin. Beth, how are you?
Good. All right. I'm good.
I'm so glad that you're here. So tell us about what you do there. You just give us a short introduction of yourself.
So I am a performer on National Avenue Winter Guard, which is one of our 2 independent A guards in the indoor season. And then we also have an independent open guard, the Pride of Missouri State. And we field a very large marching band that doesn't compete because there's no competition for collegiate bands in the fall.
Okay, so did you say there are 3 winter guards at Missouri State University?
Yes, we have 3 winter guards.
Are you guys hearing that? Of course, I get. How many Pegasus guards are there at UCF, Paul?
We only have 2.
Only 2.
We had 3, and then we had 4 at one season, but never again.
So we have a clip of the Missouri State University band to sort of put us in context of, let's see this great marching band. Thank you, Beth, for sharing this clip.
Here is the Missouri State University Pride Marching Band.
Man, do I love a college marching band. Like there's just something about it. Beth, what year are you in school?
I'm a junior. So this is my 3rd year with the Pride Marching Band and National Avenue.
So there is something about marching out on that field at a college football game, and there's all that energy and everybody's just crazy, and then they're cheering you like crazy. Like, tell us about that experience for you.
Well, that specifically was at the San Antonio BOA Super Regional. So that field is amazing. The Alamo Dome, it's a great venue. The acoustics are something to adjust to, but it was so wonderful getting to be in front of such a big crowd again, especially after the state of things lately.
Very cool. So what's it like to have this season going again after everything that you just mentioned, everything that just happened? You still have 3 guards on the floor. That's amazing. Tell us about what that's like to have the season happening again.
We are very excited. This is the 35th anniversary of the program as a whole and the 25th anniversary of National Avenue. So it's a special year for us. And then, of course, getting to go, our 2, Pride and National Avenue, getting to go back to Dayton this year after 2 years off. It'll be my personal first time going to Dayton. We did compete virtually last year, but it's just not the same. We're very excited to be able to compete and be in front of audiences again and have that community aspect of just being in the gym with everyone.
Okay, so Paul, give her some tips, man. First time she walks into that arena, what how does she need to breathe? What does she need to do? Because that's a special experience.
I mean, I'm sure you got it, girl. It's your 3rd season, right? You're doing a lot of performing. I mean, Dayton it'll be probably interesting because I think Independent A, you said, is probably, they might be in the Dayton arena. I forget what the schedule is.
We start, prelims is in Nutter Center, I believe.
Yeah, so I forget which venue it is, but one of the venues isn't great because you warm up right behind the performance curtain. So I just be aware of that. I forget which venue it is, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so you'll warm up in silence, and you can hear the performers before you with their music. I don't know which thing it is, and then the other one is just like a gym, a separate one. But other than that, I mean, I'm sure it'll be just fine. Don't change your process, and perform like you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. Great advice. Yeah, just do your show the way you've always done it. Everybody, if you're a member at Marching Arts Education, the Scott Chandler course about winning design is free now for members, and you should check that out. He talks a lot about that, how you just need to practice and then don't change anything when you get out on the floor, no matter if it's the championship or whatever. So he talks a lot about that. So it's very cool. So Beth, we have a clip from your guard.
I believe we have some photos. There haven't been any videos made yet this season.
Okay, sure. So let's play these, and you can talk about it as we're watching.
That would be the Edwardsville High School color guard. They're one of the
So I jumped ahead then. Sorry. Okay, so another edit, everybody. If you're watching live, thanks for watching. This is Marching Arts Now. So, you have some clips from the regional of groups that you liked?
That one that was just playing.
Okay, so let's start this whole section over. So, Beth, you came with some clips from groups that you liked at the regional, and tell us about this first one.
So this first one is Edwardsville High School Varsity from Edwardsville, Illinois. So that's in the St. Louis area. They have a very regal royal show this year, and the performers are absolutely putting that emotion out onto the floor. They look very calm and confident. Their movement and their lines are excellent. And then the costumes, flags, floor, all very visually appealing. It's a really great show they've put together.
All right, so let's watch a clip from that show now, everybody. All right, that looks really cool. So, yes, a lot of really cool things going on there. What other groups did you want to talk about today?
So there was also Mirage Performance Ensemble, who has very recently been promoted to open or world class. So that was first time getting to see their performance. They use this really interesting layering technique with their props, where they have kind of an indoor section and an outdoor section, and it creates this really interesting dichotomy on the floor. And then, of course, them being a Texas guard, their technique is amazing. They have a rifle ensemble 6, which completely stunned me in the audience. It's just really a very interesting show. It keeps your attention the whole time, and it's just amazing.
I can't wait to see it. We love Independent World. Let's see it.
Yeah, I don't think we were able to find a video for that one, but I'm sure one will surface soon at some point, or you might get to see it this spring.
I'm so excited to see all the Independent World groups because, again, I think Mirage was one of the groups that I met the director during the virtual season, and he was telling me all about it. So super exciting.
Very cool. Everybody, we're talking about WGI groups that we love, and this is Beth Tapin from Missouri State University and National Avenue, the guard that we're going to see in Dayton. So, Beth, you had this was a regional in Tulsa. You had another group that you really loved from the regional. What was that?
So, Blue Springs High School JV, who are Scholastic A, they have this show that's very much built on contrast. The costumes are very much neutral colored, which brings out these bright blues in the flags and the tarps. And then the dancers, they have a very good understanding of tension and release, and there's sharp parts and soft parts. And it flows so well. Sometimes when you try and do those contrasting shows, it can get a little busy, but it's designed excellently, and the performers are absolutely reaching those expectations.
Very cool. So thank you for sharing these comments and examples of great color guard that's going on. And again, good luck to you as you head to Dayton and as you go through the whole season. What do you want to say in closing, Beth, of this segment about the season and about you having a great season yourself?
I just want to say that I hope everything keeps up going as well as it has been. The performers I've seen this season have been excellent. Everyone seems to have really bounced back very well from having our interrupted season and then our virtual season. And I'm just so proud and so happy to be able to be in the community again and just being with everyone.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Beth. Good luck with your season. Thanks for being here with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Thanks, Beth.
All right. So great. So Paul, that was really cool seeing some clips from some shows. And of course, next we're going to talk to, if you guys were here on one of our earlier episodes, you can find all these episodes at the Marching Roundtable YouTube channel or at Marching Earth Education. Cindy Berry was here. She calls herself Leander Mama, and we have a Mama Minute. Believe it or not, Cindy has some words to say about her fun that she had at the Austin Regional. So let's watch that now.
Hello, band. band and color guard friends, Leander Mama here with the first ever edition of the Mama Minute. And I wanted to quickly talk about 3 groups from WGI Austin this weekend that I thought were particularly amazing. The first group I wanted to feature was your Scholastic A champion, the Friendswood Color Guard. And they had a beautiful show featuring a soloist dressed in all white. And here's a clip from that gorgeous show. Wasn't that gorgeous? The second one I wanted to feature is your world-class guard from Scholastic, the Woodlands. And their show is about doors. It's full of doors. It has music from the doors. And it's full of tricks and tosses and crazy moves. And here's a clip from that amazing show. Fantastic job from the Woodlands. The last one I want to feature is the Independent Guard in the Open Class Origins. And they had an amazing show that the crowd was just screaming for. And I know you'll enjoy it. Here's a clip from that one. Origins. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Cindy. That was really fun. Paul, what did you think about those shows?
Oh my gosh, I love them all. I remember Friendswood, I think, was that the second one? Whoever the Scholastic World one, that one's actually on YouTube, so you can go watch it right now. And those props are reminiscent of Diamante, I think, from a few years ago, but they use it in such cool ways. They do a lot of cool tricks with those props, so just go and check that out. And then Origins, I mean, that song, iconic. You know, it's kind of crazy having to use like a classic color guard song, but I'm sure with that color design and seeing only that short clip, I want to see the whole show now. So super exciting.
Absolutely. Thanks, Cindy, for sharing those clips with us. Yeah, Friendswood was awesome. And I think you're talking about the Woodlands with the doors.
Yes, Woodlands.
Yeah. Great stuff. So thanks, Cindy, for sharing that. Okay, next up we have, everybody, thanks for watching Marching Arts Now. If you're watching live, let us know where you're watching. Comment, and if you have any questions for Paul and his giant color guard brain, now would be the time to type those in. Now we are going to Puerto Rico, where Carlos Alicia is bringing a group to Dayton for the very first time. So let's watch that interview now.
Hello everyone, my name is Carlos Alicia, Director and Founder from Puerto Rico Realty since 2019. In the past, the team performed in the inaugural parade across America for Joe Biden, and we are the winners and the champion for the event CGN United in Netherlands. We won the first place in the category Independent A class, and the past season our team made finals for the first time in WGI history, and that was the very special moment in the team because it was our first time, our first try in make it to WGI, and then we have finals in WGI last season. That was the best experience with the team. And now, this new season, we're going to perform in WGI in April 2022 in Dayton for the first time.
Hello, my name is Sylvia Vasquez, and I am a member of the group Puerto Rico Royalties in September of 2021. This experience in the group has been an excellent one. I previously had experience in color guard, but since joining the group, I've learned many new techniques and fixed my weaker areas in the skill. The treatment and leadership in the group is a very loving and welcoming one, and the friends I've made while being in the group make every rehearsal feel like a second home.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Cardona and I'm part of Puerto Rico Royalty Group. I can tell you that is one of the best decisions I have ever made. I have been able to improve my flag technique. This group makes me happy because we are not only partners, We are family and we help each other. We are Puerto Rico royalty.
Hello everyone, my name is Jose Rodriguez Camacho. I am member of Puerto Rico Royalty Winter Guard. We are working so hard to be there, and my experience in Puerto Rico royalty, it's so fun because I practice all my techniques. I learn more techniques than I know, and I didn't expect something like that. So I'm very grateful with our director and staff and the members because are my family, and it's a very good experience for me. So we're going to see you soon in the WGI competition in Dayton, Ohio. See you soon.
So right now we have a fundraising in Facebook. You can go and find us on pages like Puerto Rico Royalty, and you will see our fundraising because right now it's very hard for us raising money from the island to go to WGI this season. But we are working hard and we are making sales to make this happen. So right now we need your help to make this dream come true for all these Latino members in our team. Please consider us to help us to go on to WGI and make a special and very awesome program this season. This program is called Flor de Maga, and I hope you all love it because we're going to bring the entire island, the Latino flavor, all the Latino community in this beautiful program, Flor de Maga. We can't wait to show you our talent, and I'm so happy you guys can see our show and our program in the WGI this season. Bye-bye.
All right, so Puerto Rican royalty, that's so cool. I'm so excited they're going to be there. Paul, what are you thinking?
Oh, I did see their virtual show last year, so like seeing them go to WGI this year, it's so exciting. So I can't wait to see them there too.
Listen, everybody, let's help them out, right? Like I want them, we all want them to be there in Dayton, and the first group from Puerto Rico. So let's go to their Facebook page and contribute whatever you can. I know there's some of you out there watching this that can help Carlos get his group there. So Paul, it's expensive for any group to get to Dayton, and of course they're coming a little bit further than some, so
they need all the help they can get. So let's help them out.
Absolutely. So if you are watching this and you're attending a regional and you want to come on as a commentator, please let us know. You can contact Jeremy Williams on all the socials at Guard Closet, or you can reach me, of course, at Marching Arts Education, or I guess we can reach out to Paul, although he's going to be busy like practicing his triple somersault, flip, and cartwheel catch behind the back trick that I'm sure is going to be in the show next week. Paul, what are you going to say about this season as we're ending this episode?
Oh, I mean, I'm super excited. Again, we're heading towards the more competitive end of the season. But again, you need to remember that it's more about performing and just really enjoying it, because some people really do get hung up on like placements and trophies. But again, I think it's just more exciting to see everybody back on the floor and performing and seeing everybody just out there, being able to do color guard.
Absolutely. And if you have a group going to WGI for the first time, like the Puerto Rican royalty, let us know. We would love to hear from you and talk to you on another episode. We are here every single week. Like I said, you can find the recordings at marchingartseducation.com or also on our Marching Roundtable YouTube channel. Paul, this was really fun. Thanks again to Beth and to Cynthia for talking with us, and to Carlos and his Guard members for sharing that as well. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks for watching Marching Arts Now. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Tim. See you guys next time.